we so need it, and they'll knife for sides on that one. So we are going live here into pistol. Here we go.
This should be a very, very good game.
All right, I think we need to soundbite that over our intro. We'll just add it in there because Bok's voice sounds beautiful over it. As we are moving into the pistol round here. As like I was saying, myself being Sprawll, Bok by my side. Are you enjoying these matches, man?
Yeah, you know, we just watched a couple of really close games. The last game, Rhythm winning, and then the game before that between Win Out and Ascendancy was a very good game. But this is the one I've been waiting for personally. MouseSpaz is coming off a really impressive win over Adapt. So they're definitely feeling it right now, and I'm very excited to see what's going to happen here on Inferno.
Yeah, and Cutler, he is going to be peeking out. This is going to be the first engagement of this map, as PTR will be able to take down Minty Fresh. Bluminator fires back, and so does Mask, but getting the better of the trades are the T's, as Bluminator goes down, only Deca left. He's way over at that B bomb site, now rotating through CT spawn, has armor and USP, so it doesn't have a heck of a lot of time. And I didn't see, did you see if any of the other CTs had a kit? I realize this is probably the last, or the worst time to be asking, but
didn't notice.
Doesn't matter, because Hazed is going to land that headshot onto Deca. And MouseSpaz will be able to pick up round number 1 here. So being on the T side, they definitely want to get as many rounds as they can. They did pick this map, though, so I do think we're going to see some impressive strategies from them on that T side.
That was almost a team ace, too. Tarek was in pit, and he was pretty much set to take that kill. But Hayes came in and robbed them of the team ace.
Nope.
Still, though, a very nice pistol round, only dropping 2 players. And you are going to see that scout buy on Hayes, something we talked about in the last map, as I generally discourage that second round. So we'll see if it works out here.
Yeah, and they do have a number of rifles to back it up, so I think that's kind of the difference in that he's going to let them kind of go first as PTR picks off 2, and that means that the B-bomb site is wide open. They do suspect that it could be stacked, though, and Bluminator has made this quick rotate. He's going to be throwing his nade down, and that's going to be doing a little bit of damage. It was more to Hazed than anything. We do see Tarek down to 15 HP, and Buzza, he's going to be pushed up in bedroom. So let's see if FNS can get caught out of position, as Buzza will be waiting here, and that's going to be, he is going to get it, but a little bit more than he needed to spray, and that's actually going to give enough time for PTR to come around the corner and land that shot. So we do see Minty Fresh, though, coming from top mid, collects the Galil for his efforts, 2v3, and they did buy armor this round, so it definitely could make this happen, but Hazed, beautiful shot from the pit, will put down Minty Fresh, as Bluminator is able to pick up that, oh my god, that was disgusting.
Lord,
Hazed is going to eat a headshot in return, as, yeah, Hazed commenting on how much he likes that weapon being in this game, as that was a pretty disgusting shot, I'm not gonna lie.
It's funny, though, because the players will complain, but at the same time, you know they're going to use it.
Oh, of course. Yep.
So it's kind of like,
No doubt
you
about
can't
it.
not use it. You can't give the advantage only to your opponent. Everyone wants to use it. But if you watched Buzza in bedroom there, he had the CZ, and he did take the kill, but he drained his clip almost entirely, so he had to go for that reload. He could have gotten a double kill, but because he whiffed so hard on that shot, he had to go for that spray down. And he only got the 1. And you see the jokes in chat. Somebody said it needs a grenade launcher.
Yep. It's one of the best additions they could make in this game, that's for sure, as we're going to see a nade being launched up, not from a gun, but from the terrorist's hands, as we do see Bluminator peeking out top mid, is going to be dropped down to 74 HP, and Mask actually took some significant damage from Banana as well, so 57 HP on her, as you see the T's heading up towards the B site. Deca is going to be holding from Spindle, as Tarek, as we can see on the X-ray, he's very close there. I forget you guys aren't actually watching my screen, but regardless, maybe Auto Director is doing its thing, and you're seeing the same thing, as Tarek is going to be the last one here. The rest of this team is rotating, so they're just going to utilize him as a bit of a bait, as he's going to be able to keep 2 CTs inside of that site, and that's basically his role. As we do see Bluminator pushing through Arch, he is able to get 1, but Hazed will fire back, only Buzza now at the A site. He's going to be crawling around in the smoke, and I'm going to get a third-person angle of him here, as, yeah, he's just completely in that smoke, and FNS is actually running all the way around and finally does pick him off, as he silently walks out of the smoke towards that statue. And now it's only Mask left. CZ75 equipped. 1v4. Let's see if she can collect any guns.
I really wanted to see that smoke play work out. That would have been funny.
It would have been beautiful, no doubt. But Cutler will be able to get that frag onto Mask. And we are moving into round number 4. MouseSpaz taking 3 fairly convincing rounds. Honestly, that second one there was a little bit of back and forth, but that last one there looked a little bit more convincing for them, as this is going to be the first rifle round for Tempo. So let's see if they can make something work.
I think I saw some people in chat saying that Tarek's cheating. Like, you saw him. He was just lining up that shot on Deco and Sprawll through the gutter. He knew he was there. Flusha.exe has been enabled.
Yeah. No, I don't think that's the case, guys. But, I think there's only one location that you're kind of going to be looking at if you're behind that bale, and it's probably going to be Spindles. So you're going to see T's taking control of Banana, as FNS and Tark will be holding there, at least momentarily, as they do actually fall back. So that could be the information Cutler is giving them. Not a heck of a lot going on in apps, although he hasn't checked out all of his corners. And interesting to see, he actually neglects checking bedroom. There's no one there this round, but considering they've already taken advantage of that, back to the Buzza situation there, I'm a little bit surprised. But again, not going to be a problem, as he's going to move down into Boiler. 3 of the T's are going to be joining him top of mid, as FNS is going to be Molotoving over. No, he's not. He's going to be Molotoving himself out. He's going to whiff that, unfortunately, and luckily the CTs can't see, otherwise they would have known that they're not going to be pushing that direction. Tons of smokes are going to be going down on the arch side, and Tarek, that was a little bit through the smoke. Bluminator will peek out, go down, as FNS will get another one. They are going to be pushing up onto this A site. 2 CTs are in the vicinity as Buzza goes down, and it's going to be 2 frags as Minty Fresh is on the bench as well. Mask, last one alive. And we're seeing a bit of deja vu from that last round, only it's a 1v5 instead of a 1v4. She actually has a rifle.
Yeah, if you're watching this, take notes. That execution from MouseSpaz was perfect. The smokes came out, they blocked library, they blocked arch, and they blocked... I mean, they just blocked off everything. There was no way you would have any vision of the site, and they just marched right into A, dropped the man pushing in arch, dropped the man in pit. It was just perfect textbook execution from MouseSpaz.
Yep, showing they know what it takes to take these rounds on the T side, as they knew coming into this map, if they're picking the map, Tempo is going to be able to pick CT side first. So obviously you wouldn't pick this map if you aren't confident in your T side, as you would just get rolled over until you switch over, and that's not a proper way to take a map. You can't really depend on you switching over and then winning out. So we are here in round number 5, another eco for the CTs, and they are not in a good spot. Need to convert around soon, as MouseSpaz starting to run away with things, as Tark will put some damage onto Deck as he kind of jumps around top Banana there. Mask and him both playing inside of the site, and just pressuring up is Hazed and Tarek over the other side of the map, though. We got Cutler and FNS both working apps together. It doesn't matter, though, because Hazed will get one through the smoke, as Luminator does fire back.
Did you see that boost in mid?
4v4. No, I actually missed it. I was looking at
quite a boost from Tempo there in mid. That's what resulted in that kill. And meanwhile, Buzzer with the 180 P250 dropping Cutler in Boiler. But basically, I think it was Bluminator and Deca, maybe, or Minty. They were stacked up in mid, and it was a very strange peak, but it did end up working out in their favor.
FNS going huge here. He's going to get 2 frags on those players near A, but Mask will be able to fire back, and they're going to be able to drop the bomb. FNS, last one on the field, will be coming up from Banana, but this is going to be very dangerous, as Mask now moving a little bit closer. Still has a CZ75 in hand. Doesn't have a rifle, as FNS will get the 1 tap, and Mask very close around, is going to peek out, gets the headshot, and that's going to be Tempo picking up their first round of this first half, and on an eco nonetheless.
Wow.
Yeah, FNS can't deny. That was a beautiful shot from Mask.
That was... it was beautiful shots on both sides. FNS, that 1 tap on the man Spindles, that was Bluminator. Just watching the replay on the Twitch, that was... wow. What a beautiful shot. I thought he had it after that first shot. You know, he was feeling confident with that AK.
Especially with how she was peeking as well. I was a little worried, but getting that 1 shot, that's all you need. That's all you need.
Yeah, especially with the time running out on the round, you know, they didn't really need to play the engagement. They could have played a little bit more passive, but They did get the round.
And Bluminator, he's going to be missing a shot from Arch side as they are going to be taking control of this real estate. Minty Fresh going down. PTR will be the one getting credit for that frag as they're going to be wrapping around Arch side, and that's going to be a smoke here for Bluminator as he's not going to be able to peek out and help out his team as Buzza will go down via PTR, jumping from the graveyard, death from above style. And it's actually going to be a save from Tempo, so as soon as they're into this match, they've been forced out once again. And they're going to be saving. That's going to be good for at least their equipment situation, but that's going to put MouseSpaz up to 5 rounds to 1.
The smoke play from MouseSpaz right now on the A bomb site is pretty unreal. They continue to push Arch side into A. They smoke off Arch, they smoke off Library, and it's almost like perfect timing. The last round you could see they did it just as a CT got Arch, and then just as a CT got Library. It was like perfect timing. Meanwhile, Bluminator is dropped. I believe that was Bluminator.
Yeah.
So that's the op down. Deca is able to pick it up and drop Hayes with a headshot after the bomb blows up. He's holding that corner. Will Tarek peek him, though? No.
He's going to decide against it, and that's going to be MouseSpaz, like I was saying, up to 5 rounds now. And only 2 guns saved on the Tempo side. Let's see if they decide to force up the rest of the team or what the strategy is going to be. And it does look like they're going to have Buzza, Deagle in hand. Does have armor and a number of grenades, so they will be forcing up. Minty Fresh, the only one opting to only grab a pistol in this situation, as Bluminator getting a pick very early on. Very important here as he is down to 25 HP. And I would say it might be a good idea to drop that op maybe to one of his teammates as he doesn't have any armor either, but honestly, he's definitely, out of all the players, Bluminator definitely that top AWPer for the Tempo side.
What's interesting is in the last game we watched Tempo play, Deca was just going ham. And now Deca, that only kill he's gotten was on that save there at the end of the round, picking up the op that Bluminator dropped. So I don't know what's going on with him tonight, but he's going to have to show up if Tempo's going to stand any chance at winning this best of 3.
Yeah, we do see Hazed pushed up in apps. Cutler and PTR are near mid, and Cutler will be smoking out of Boiler here. Buzza will get the Juan Dig onto Hazed, and that's going to feel good as that's going to be one more frag in their favor, as this was kind of a half buy for them. They were able to save some guns, but Cutler, PTR are already going through Arch side, waiting for them, though. That's going to be Deca here, and he will be able to take down one. Cutler will be there to respond. Minty Fresh with a P250 will be able to get that, and last player alive is Tarek. If he could go massive here, that would be huge, but Mask will put him down, and that's going to be Tempo getting another one on the board.
I thought, there was still a chance that Tarek can take that. Tarek, obviously, one of the best rifles in North America right now. A lot of people hype him up, and I think he deserves it. I think he did do quite well in their last matchup, but, I mean, that was a pretty hard situation for him to fight back from. And you can see that CZ, again, close range. I'm sure the guys on MouseSpaz are a little bit annoyed. Deca got in good position with the CZ, and after the op missed, it was just a matter of clicking away, dropping the op, and then cleaning up after the trade out.
And we're going to see some aggression here as the T's are trying to push up Banana, at least to gain their side of Banana control, as Tarek is going to be dropped down to 69 HP. Heading back into the B site, that's actually going to be Mask staying there alone, so opting to rotate quickly as Minty Fresh will take down FNS. Bluminator playing very close to Arches with Deca, and this is a stack for the CTs. We do see the bomb approaching the top of Banana, though. That's 2 of the terrorists, so Mask will have her work cut out for her as PTR is going to be here. Pushing in now, and that's going to be Mask right here. Will get that frag, and he, oh my god, gets Tarek as well. And that's going to be Cutler will be able to fire back. Mask was very lit, but in a 1v4 situation, this is going to be particularly difficult as Bluminator will be watching, but he will get smoked off. Minty Fresh on the flank, though, and Cutler will go down. So Mask holding that site alone and getting 2 very key frags. I did not think she would get that second one. That first one, I'm like, all right, yeah, you got that one. But as Tarek came through, obviously our GoTV smoke looks a little different than what they see in game. So maybe Tarek couldn't see anything as of yet, but I think Mask was kind of mid-strafe even and got that headshot. So good on her and holding the site and making it a 3-5 score.
Yeah, and you can see MouseSpaz now forced to eco, so They started out strong, but Tempo is starting to find, you know, a bit of a rhythm here. They're starting to chain together some rounds and really damage the economy of MouseSpaz. That last round, Mask dropped that smoke, and it just like popped with perfect timing. She was able to take down PTR, and of course that left Tarek running directly into it, completely smoke blind. And it does look like we're going to see a B stack here from MouseSpaz. It's probably just a matter of time before they flash themselves in. Here it comes again.
And we are going to see Deka taking down PTR. Tarek will fire back, though, and Deka will be on the bench as Hayes take down the Mask, as she looked very impressive in that last round, but plays a little passive there, and will get punished for it, as we are seeing the CTs rotating back over. Minty Fresh already down to 28 HP. He's in construction. Can he get Tarek? He won't, as Bluminator comes in shortly after. Buzza coming from Banana. He's pushing up quickly. Hayes will go down. FNS will fire back, and he's able to get that one, but that will be Cutler and Tarek still alive, securing the round for MouseSpaz. The eco round victory, as Tempo went from looking very strong on that last round to getting dominated a little bit on that T-side eco.
You can tell that they've been practicing that one. Even down to where the mollies rained out on Truck after the bomb was planted. Post-plant positioning, they had 2 men in construction getting the crossfire. They were fully prepared to get that bomb down. They had all the faith in the world that it was going to work. And once they got the bomb down, I didn't really see a situation where TMP was going to come out with the defuse.
Yeah, playing that very well was MouseSpaz, as they have double the score of Tempo being on the lesser favorite side of the map. So Cutler already pushed up inside of the apartments, as is Hazed. They're going to be playing there passively as PTR and Tarek work Banana. Mask, Deka still being that duo holding the B site. You see Hazed slowly working up back halls. And he's actually going to be peeking out. Doesn't see anybody at Graveyard, as we're actually going to see Bluminator. I believe that was through the smoke, as he tries his luck, and he is going to land that. So advantage to the CTs. 50 seconds left on the clock. We're going to see where this execute will take place. And it does look like it should be the A site, as we do have 3 of the terrorists currently grouped up here. 40 seconds left, as they are going to be at least just controlling mid still. Arch side is smoked off. They will be actually smoking into the actual archway as 30 seconds remain. Buzza will take down PTR, and that's going to further complicate the way they take this site, as it's only Cutler now, and Tarek and Bluminator with a beautiful shot will be able to collect a triple. And now that he's hitting those shots, that's exactly what Tempo needs from their key opper here.
You can see just how much MouseSpaz relies on that smoke grenade. They smoked out Arch, but they didn't have one for Library, and Bluminator just punishes them for it. They lost a little bit too many players earlier in the round, and they were running low on time. I think there were about 25 seconds there when they finally dedicated to that push on Arch side. So without that smoke, they really just can't get into the positions that they're used to, and sure enough, Bluminator pretty much just shut things down with his ult.
Moving into a round 11 here, as Bluminator tries to get a pick, but will get shot for his efforts. Not a heck of a lot of damage, though, because it was from a P250 at long range. But Deka, I'm not really sure why he was getting aggressive. He tried to push out to Car, and that's going to be a beautiful headshot via the P250 of Tarek. So we'll see if they can move up and collect that weapon, as we do see 4 terrorists moving up slowly. Mask has smoked this off, and she's going to be the lone soldier, if you will, inside of the B site, as it could be another eco into the B site, but Cutler will have Molotov in hand, and yep, here comes the reign of terror, as all of the grenades are going to be falling into sight, and actually didn't collect a weapon from that downed player, so a little bit odd, as Mask will still be at the new box. She's going to go down low, and that's going to be via Hazed, and looking very good, even with the P250s, are MouseSpaz. Bluminator finally firing back, taking down FNS, but being that he has an AWP, has to be very, very careful, as close range, MouseSpaz very good with their pistols. Could go down in a heartbeat, and they're going to get flashed through there as Bluminator. Why push through the smoke with a flash and an AWP? I'm just not really sure what that was about, but Buzza, he knows what's up. He's going to put himself into a 1v2, but as he's jumping, he's going to get opt into position where now he's floating in the fountain. So that's going to be another one for MouseSpaz. Started off as an eco, and even without grabbing that gun, I'm still confused, because I'm pretty sure there was an M4A1S down at Car, and they just opted to not grab it, and they're like, meh, P250s are fine. It's alright, don't worry.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there either. I'm also not sure what Bluminator was thinking pushing that smoke. That was a 2v4, I believe, at that point. All
Yep.
close range against pistols. Just generally not a good idea. And I think he thought the smoke, or the flash that they threw in did more than it actually did. You can see that Tarek was sitting around the corner, wasn't even blinded at all. And he just pushed in, and before he could even see, he was down.
And we are going to have the 12th round underway as MouseSpaz taking the 7-4 lead. Cutler will be moving down to Boiler. Right around this corner is Minty Fresh, and that flashbang is going to come through, but Cutler avoids it very, very nicely as Tarek is able to pick up a kill after he gets his headshot. So he's going to be pushing over to the A site, but Buzza will be here fully blind, unfortunately, and actually headbutting FNS as they're running around in corners, and in circles, rather, in that corner. And that's going to be FNS taking down Buzza, and Deco will be the last one to fall. Flawless round for MouseSpaz as they're going to be able to grow their bank if things continue this way. Buzz with the damn you. Yeah, that was so weird. They're just like running in circles.
That was interesting. You know, you can't play off the fact that Bloom was not able to save that off in the prior round because he would have been much more dominant presence in mid. And you can see they tried to get that flash into Boiler. Based on what I saw on X-Ray, it looked like Bluminator tried to flash Minty into Boiler, and instead of flashing, I think it was Cutler, he flashed Minty instead, and Minty got dropped. And again, you're going to see an eco here from Tempo. They were on a mixed buy last round. Hayes connecting on Bluminator early in the round in mid, and that's going to really open things up as the only other man A is in apartments.
Ooh, Mask and Buzza, though. Going to be able to fire back, but unfortunately now Mask is the only one left, and she's going to be clotheslined via the CZ75 of PTR, so another good round for MouseSpaz. They did drop 2 players, but with the amount of money they have and only a couple rounds left, they are sitting pretty to say the least.
Yeah, honestly, MouseSpaz could lose out from this point, and they'd still be having a good T-side on Inferno. It's not a very CT-sided map, but it's not a 9-6 T-side map either.
Yeah, round 14 here as MouseSpaz running away with things. They got PTR with that AWP in hand, and they weren't able to afford one for Bluminator. He's going to be moving quickly to Banana, but should be smoking and now falling back to Arches, as they don't necessarily need 3 players there if they haven't got any intel. But this is actually an opportunity for MouseSpaz to fully take over the Arch side here. So they've smoked off Arch, but Bluminator being pesky once again from Library. They don't have a smoke for that, and actually, they do now. But Minty Fresh will drop Tarek as they gain an advantage early on in this round. 1 minute left, and FNS will take down Buzza, so evening things back out as just keeping control of mid. They have one player in Cutler working Arch side, and FNS, he was working that truck side. Goes down to Minty Fresh. Now just, again, keeping control of that real estate are the T's, but they're getting dropped one by one here as they're forced now to rotate PTR and Cutler. Now coming up Banana, 35 seconds left. Only Mask on this site, so if they are going to hit somewhere, this is definitely going to be the spot to do so. Obviously, they aren't aware of the intel that we are, but they're going to be pushing up, and Mask still just playing silently Spindle as Cutler will get dropped down to 20 HP. Mask gets the first one. Can she get the second as USPS in hand versus a CZ75? The USP wins in that situation.
That was nicely played by Mask. If you noticed, Deca was rotating around through CT spawn, and Mask basically just sat behind Spindles and didn't peek until Deca said, okay, they're pushing into site, they're jumping up Barbecue. And once she knew that, I mean, she obviously heard them, but once she knew how many were there, where they were sitting, what they were peeking, it was just easy pickings. And she peeked out and dropped PTR, who had the op up close. And then, amazingly, she dropped Tarek, who had the CZ close range with her USB. She's sitting at 10-9, so she's actually the 2-man for, or I should say the 2-woman for Tempo Gaming.
Yeah, not too shabby at all, as Buzza will be able to collect that first frag, getting aggressive in apps. He's down to 13 HP, but the frag was his nonetheless, as they take an early advantage. Bluminator dropped very low as well. Honestly, I missed that. Not really sure how that damage occurred, but I imagine maybe a leg shot via PTR, as usually we do see Bluminator challenging mid. He's going to take a shot, fall back into sight, as Minty Fresh is going to cover his truck side. You see, though, Hazed from the apartments. He's going to peek out, takes down Minty Fresh, sees Buzza as well. Bluminator does finally drop him as he tries to get into the pit, knife out. But that's going to be his demise as FNS gets that frag, and they're going to be able to get the bomb down. Deka now coming through library very quickly. Doesn't have Mask with him quite yet. So this is just purely an individual effort, as he does put some damage onto PTR. Not a heck of a lot, though. 78 HP on him. And Mask now able to help out. They're both playing from the same position from Moto, but that's going to be Tarek on the flank, and that flashbang is going to mean Deka won't be able to return. So Tarek with that double and finishing this half 10-5. MouseSpaz looking really good moving into the CT side.
You can see exactly why MouseSpaz picked this map. They definitely know the ins and outs of the map. The smokes, the flashes, everything seems to be coming together for them. The few rounds that Tempo has gotten have really just been on impressive aim battles that have went their way. We saw the 2K from Mask early on, taking down PTR and Tarek on the push B, and then again, just a round or two ago. And that's basically the rounds that Tempo has managed to win. Whereas when MouseSpaz is fully set up and prepared to take a site, they pretty much just overwhelm. So I'm hoping that Tempo has a decent T-side and we'll see a close game, but at this point I have a feeling this map is going to go the way of MouseSpaz.
Yeah, and our next map will be Dust 2, so maybe we'll see something from Tempo Gaming on that map, as I believe early on in this tournament, I did have some stats up here in a moment ago, as I believe Tempo won on Dust 2 versus... Nope, I don't have it in front of me. Sorry, guys, that's going to be a cliff-hanging statistic that you'll have to go to the CEVO website. Ooh, see how I segued into that plot. And you're going to have to check it out yourself. Go and check out the RGN Winter Classic section. We also have stats there from our Summer's End tournament.
Tempo
are
did
going to be
win,
jumping in,
by the way, their last match on Dust 2, which was against Rhythm.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, that was the reason I had it up.
16-7 victory against Rhythm on Dust 2.
Now that I look back at, or look over and glance back at my notepad that I kind of had all my stats on, I see blatantly right there, a 16-7 win on Dust 2 versus Rhythm. So I don't know how I like scrambled as I put myself on the spot. But regardless, we are moving into the pistol round, second half of this first map. Best of 3 upper bracket. The winner of this best of 3 is going to move on to face Lunatic in the winner's final, which we're going to be broadcasting that tomorrow, guys. So make sure you check that out, as again, we are moving into pistol. We do see a full Glock train from the T side. Bluminator will be the utility, and he's got a smoke grenade out. We'll be utilizing that on Arch side, and I imagine this flashbang here, that's going to let him push through truck, as his teammates are going to be going out through apps, and we do see Hayes, Tark, and PTR getting frags. Now only 2 Ts remaining. They are able to at least take the site momentarily. Minty Fresh is hunting this frag, as they're actually going to line up. Lots of damage done to the CTs, but I don't think they realize that that's FNS already on the flank, and FNS will go down. 2 players left. We have a combined of less than 40 HP here, as my math skills are getting challenged, and Minty Fresh planning the bomb. It's going to be Tark, and Tark with a beautiful shot. With very little HP, he's going to get that one click as he peeks out, and that's going to be the round for MouseSpaz, as Tempo looked very solid with that take, but unfortunately for them, just didn't work out in their favor.
I'm not even sure why Tarek took that duel. He had Cutler rotating around Arch side, and they would have had the pinch. Maybe, I guess he was thinking that if he took the duel then the pinch could come in, and he would get flanked, and he wouldn't be prepared. I don't really know, but he did manage to connect on a really nice headshot, so I guess it doesn't matter anyway. And that was a round that Tempo really needed to win. And same with the last round in the first half. If they had lost or won that last round, take it to 9-6, then win pistol, they could be staring down 9-9 tie score. And instead, just 2 rounds, and they're looking at, 11-5, and it's probably going to be like 13-5. So that's a big swing just from 2 rounds loss.
No doubt, as we do see 3 of the players for the T side up in apartments here, and they're just wielding P250s across the board, not spending too much on this round, and the Bomb and Bluminator are actually way back at T stairs, so they're actually waiting and playing the bait game, but unfortunately for them, that bait works a lot better if your teammates get at least 1 frag and kind of contest that area, but honestly, it's working out beautifully. MouseSpaz has yet to rotate. Finally, we're going to see FNS on his way back, but if they can take down Cutler, should be able to get the bomb down here, as Cutler is going to be forced to fall back, and that bomb is going to be planted. So, minor victory, but with the round count that we're at here now, it's maybe a little too much, a little too late. I think that's screwing up the phrase, but I tried, right?
It's the effort that counts.
Exactly. A for effort.
It was a clean sweep round, though. MouseSpaz doesn't lose a single player. Cutler was at 9 HP, and they just couldn't find the shot on him, Spindles. But you can tell that Tempo has not really played too much of Inferno. When you watched MouseSpaz eco rounds, they were prepared. They had all the smokes ready, mollies ready, whereas Tempo kind of just ran out and tried to take aim duels. And against players like Tarek and Cutler, who have a fantastic aim, not to say that anybody else on MouseSpaz doesn't, but, you know, obviously Tarek is notorious for his ability to aim. You wonder why Tempo is trying to put themselves in situations where it's going to be an aim battle.
No doubt. They're trying to work that bait, and then again, works out a lot better if you can at least work one pick, but wasn't the case, as we're going to see Mask taking a fight at Banana here. Is going to drop Tark down fairly low and will take down FNS. Mask has looked really good in this series, as she's the second to top fragger, but definitely getting a lot of key frags, as they are going to take an early advantage, Tark being down to 20 HP as well, so there is one round that they might be able to take. This is looking like it could be the one, as we do see the T's grouping up near mid. Deca will be coming up with the bomb carrier. Minty Fresh should be peeking up to apartments now. They've Molotoved into bedroom. That kind of clears it out, as they don't really need to check it any further. They will regardless, but it clears most of the area as they do push out top mid, and Mask is actually... Oh, sorry, someone was taking damage. I wasn't sure who. I believe it was Buzza as he was peeking around that corner. And we are going to see the T's rotating back over to the B side, so just kind of faking a little bit. Minty actually going to make a little bit more noise as he's going to try and catch any rotators. He's going to be going back to this arch side as that flashbang does ring out, but PTR is able to collect that as the bomb is heading into the B site. Cutler just peeks right through that smoke. Tarek gets a beautiful shot through CT spawn. Mask finally puts down Cutler, but we're going to see a 1v3 here as Bluminator, last one on the field, has two players down to 20 HP, but with a peek like that, PTR is going to put him down, as all three CTs were basically pre-aiming the spots that he could be peeking from.
I keep saying it, but MouseSpaz nade play is really unreal on this map. I don't know if you saw what PTR did in Pit. Most people don't know that in CSGO now there are 3 ways to throw a grenade. There's a short toss, medium toss, and long toss. So if you hold down both mouse clicks, you actually throw a grenade a medium distance. And PTR just kind of threw this little rainbow up with the medium throw, and it was perfect. The molly just rainbowed up. Arc came right down into the door. Now, TMP smoked it, but still, it was one of those things, like, just the subtlety is just knowing that he knows exactly how that nade is going to hit, and he just kind of like a little flick of the wrist and it drops right where it needs to go.
Yeah, we are going to see PTR taking down Bluminator very quickly, as we do see an arch side play, as Tarek is here though. He's going to get 2 and just lining up into his crosshairs. Mask, last one alive, was able to take down Hayes, but now in a difficult spot as she peeks out. PTR will collect that one. And MouseSpaz moving up to 14-5 in our first map.
It didn't seal the deal for MouseSpaz, but it definitely inches them closer. 14-5, very hard score to come back from. And again, we keep talking about how well they're playing Inferno right now. At this point, if I'm Tempo Gaming, I'm already starting to think about the next map. Maybe get some momentum, a couple rounds just to feel better about the loss. But I'm already starting to think, okay, we're coming into Dust 2. We're definitely better on Dust 2. Let's get mentally prepared for that map and not get too discouraged by the fact we lost MouseSpaz's map.
Exactly, so hopefully they can keep that composure. As we do see Hayes taking down Buzza very early on. 120 still left on the clock, and Deca and Mask will take down 2. FNS finally fires back, and he's going to have his work cut out for him as he's able to take down Deca. Bluminator, though, will finish off that engagement. Minty Fresh taking down a lurking Hayes, so planting right down to the middle of sight, and PTR opting not to push through, and that's not a bad idea, as now he will opt to. And I don't think you realize that flashbang came from Banana, so Minty Fresh does peek out. He's kind of lost his opportunity now, as they are going to try and pinch, but that's going to be one frag. Can PTR finish things off? He cannot. And we'll collect Bluminator, but Minty Fresh is going to get that round 6-14 as Tempo trying to build, like you were saying, a little bit of momentum, a little bit of morale before they move into that second map.
Yeah, and if Minty had pushed up just a little bit further, he would have caught PTR just sitting with a nade out in front of Grill, and they would have kept that op and potentially picked up a second one. They'd be looking at a double op setup. He did win the round, but it was a great cost, only surviving with the one gun. And you can see their economy does not look amazing. Minty and Buzza at 1900 and 1600, but everyone else on the team is pretty much broke.
Yeah, round 21 here as they're going to be moving the bomb up into apps, and they're going to be playing this very quickly as Deca already near the balcony and pushing out through truck side. They're going to be able to get 2 frags there, Bluminator and Minty fresh, but Hazed will be able to trade back as he's going to be dropping down into the pit from the truck side. And can he take down Mask? He won't be able to. Mask on 1 HP. As close as it gets, as FNS will
Nice
push
shot.
up. As Bluminator, very nice one, as that's going to be Cutler getting the free spam through the box. 1 HP on Mask, and now it's the op of Bluminator versus Cutler, and that's going to be Bluminator. That's a shot he needs to hit, and that's going to bring him up to 7 rounds.
That was a great shot from Bluminator. The first one, he legged him and then came out and finished him off. But again, I don't know if you paid attention to the way they played that round. Tempo just basically rushed mid. They threw a couple of smokes and flashes, but it's not like they have any solid strategies outside of let's go A or let's go B. And they continue to push smokes, try and take aim duels. They managed to take that round, but another expensive round, losing multiple players. It was down to a 1v1 with Bluminator, so Bluminator keeps the op, the most expensive gun, but everyone else has to buy up again. However, MouseSpaz is going to be on the eco, so hopefully they can get a round number 8 here. Wow. As I say that, Hayes, the 1 deke on Bluminator in pit mid, what a shot.
Yeah, Bluminator not going to be too happy after that one, as he's going to be dropped, and it's going to be 4 players left on the field for the T side. Again, it is an eco round for MouseSpaz, but playing it very slow and a little bit afraid for Tempo just as they spread out. They need to stick together on this anti-eco and make sure that they're at least able to refrag, and they are doing just that, so they are going to be grouping up in Banana. Only Minty Fresh will be out mid, but shortly will be joining his team. Cutler and FNS here.
That was definitely revenge for Hayes on Bluminator. I think it was Hayes and Bloom in the 1v1 at the end of that round, and Bloom got the best of Hayes, so Hayes gets payback with a 1D. But here comes the push from Tempo into B, flashes out, running through here. And Mask does drop Cutler, FNS taking down Mask, and they do take down FNS, so the site is open, they're going to get the plant. It's a 3v3. Still no rifles in the hands of MouseSpaz here, but they are rotating fast into construction, so see what they can do with those CZs and Deagles.
And they are going to be pinching in here as Tark moving up, and he's going to be sending some spray onto Buzza, down to 1 HP, so this is a doable round for MouseSpaz as they're moving up 2 players in dark spot, and that's going to be some frags going the way of the CTs, now in a 1v1 situation. Deca versus Tark, and Deca will be able to collect that one, making it a 14-8 score. So coming back here is Tempo, but they're not quite there yet.
Deca played that quite well there, getting a little bit of like that spray, knowing that Tark needed the peak. And if you saw, Deca picked up his CZ, Tark was down to 3 bullets. So Tark is good. I don't know if he's 3 bullets against an AK good. So Deca did get the best of him there. The double stack on Dark Spot manages to work out for Tempo Gaming. You typically don't see teams do that, so I guess they caught MouseSpaz a little bit off guard. But still, it came down to a 1v1, so these rounds are costing Tempo a lot of money. You see Mask with the Galil, no nades on Buzza, a smoke on Minty. These rounds are very expensive wins. Meanwhile, MouseSpaz sitting at a pretty healthy buy here. 5 rifles, no op, but multiple nades on all of them. And that's just how bad these rounds are really hurting Tempo's economy.
As we do see 3 of the terrorists taking control of Banana. Buzza will be pushed up halfway up mid, and Minty still on the T side of apps. So playing slow is Tempo, maybe realizing that, hey guys, we've gotten a couple rounds on our belt. This isn't looking too bad, as we have 3 in a row here. And they are going to be grouping up at top of mid. Hazed on the other side of the smoke. He's not actually pre-aiming where they would come through, as now he does, and he's going to see a number of terrorists here. Doesn't matter though, as Buzza will be able to connect with his headshot. And he is dropped down to 34 HP. Deca very low as well. But that is going to be an advantage here, as they are going to be swapping back over to that B site. You see FNS is keen to this, as he's going to be pushed up near CT, and that flashbang working out perfectly, as that's going to be Mask going down. She was fully blind, kind of trying to jump across, but Buzza with a very nice headshot once again. Minty Fresh with 2 on that flank. And now it's all down to FNS as he takes down Bluminator, takes down Deca. Now Could he get the ace for the win? That's going to be Buzza right on the other side of that grill waiting for him. He's got a triple kill in that round, and he's looking solid for his team.
Yeah, and it came down to, at least there was 2 left for Tempo this time. They didn't lose everyone. It wasn't down to a 1v1. FNS did drop 2 there from Spindles, but obviously the player of that round was Minty Fresh, who pushed up Arch side and dropped 2. That's the first time we've really seen Tempo do anything different other than kind of set takes. They put Minty up in Arch, and he was able to take down Tarek, which is a huge kill, obviously, and then one more that was in Speedway. So not a bad round from Tempo there at all. Another eco coming from MouseSpaz. So 14-10 could be coming, and I think Tempo's really starting to feel it here. They're starting to get some confidence here. We had said a minute ago that they should be thinking about the next map. It seemed like MouseSpaz was going to win this, but maybe now they're thinking, hey, we're still in this.
Yeah, let's make this happen here, guys. Getting a little bit hyped. Or guys and gals, I guess. Mask, maybe she's the hype leader in there, trying to get everybody in full energy mode, but we are going to see them pushing up Banana once again. Bluminator is going to be leading that charge, just pre-firing some corners with his Galil. Won't land anything as FNS and Cutler playing passive. But we are going to see Tarek peeking out of apps here. Can he get anything done? He's going to be looking down into mid. Doesn't see anything. Does see Minty Fresh and tries to get the spray down, but Bluminator from mid will be able to take that frag. Is now moving into the Arch side. That's going to be all of the terrace. Hazed on the other side of that smoke. He's going to be rendered a little bit useless. Finally runs through, and now he's going to be working the flank. Can he get the frags? As will be able to get one. Falls back as Buzza did take down PTR. Only Cutler and Hayes left, as one player in Cutler will be rotating through the CT spawn. Now Hayes picks up a weapon, gets a beautiful shot onto Buzza. So that's going to be a 2v3 situation now, as MouseSpaz really wants to retake the site so they can close out this map. But Cutler, he's going to be opting to save, as with that M4, no armor, they don't have a kit. Hazed trying to stay and do a little bit of economic damage, maybe trying to keep these terrorists on the site, as you're going to see Mask pre-firing the smoke a little bit. Little does she know, Hayes right around that corner, and that's going to be Hayes picking up a beautiful shot. He does collect an AK-47 as well, but he's going to get taken down eventually by Bluminator, as the bomb is going to go off, and that's going to make it a 14-10 scoreline. Tempo making it happen here.
That was a solid round for MouseSpaz, though, for an eco. Cutler comes out with an M4. There's 3 down for Tempo. It's something we just keep saying, is that they are winning rounds, but at what cost? Their economy is definitely hurting. Buzz is left with 100 or 50. Deca at 150 after the bye. Definitely not going the way they would, I guess, anticipate these rounds to go when they're playing against that eco. But nonetheless, the rounds are coming in for Tempo, so like we said, they're feeling a little bit better about this game than they were probably at halftime.
Yeah, as once again, they're just going to set a couple players up Banana, and just taking control of that. Just obviously very standard on this map to just kind of spread out your forces as the T's try and work both sites, and then eventually kind of opt to take one site after you have a little bit more information about your opponents.
There was something that we missed last round that I wanted to mention. I don't know if you noticed, but Bluminator had Hazed dead to rights in mid, and he was pushing around porch side, and they tried to flash him in, and they blinded him. And as a result, Hazed actually pushed around, got the M4, and dropped Buzza, and dropped Mask as well. So 2 kills that came in due to a team flash. You know, the coordination from TMP has got to be better, and here we see FNS going crazy here.
Oh,
dropping 3.
man.
Bluminator, Mask, and Buzzer are down. Cutler taking down Deca as well. It's all down to Minty Fresh now in a 1-on-5 with a Galil and a Prayer.
Yeah, let's see if he can make anything happen, as he's going to push up to top of Banana. They don't have a lot of money, but I think he wants to prevent MouseSpaz from getting on a mouse point, as that's going to be FNS going down. So through the smoke, that's good play by Minty Fresh, as he actually lights up PTR as well, and he was kind of trying to crouch and keep that angle he had. Wasn't working out because he was in some fire there, as Hayes will peek around and finally finish the round. That's going to put MouseSpaz on match point, and we'll see if they can close it out here, or maybe on an eco. Well, obviously it'll be a force buy for Tempo, but they're not going to have a heck of a lot of gear in this round.
Yeah, and you can see exactly what we've been talking about. All these wins that they're getting, coming down to 1v1s and 2v1s. Even though they've been taking rounds, their economy was in shambles round after round. They were buying AKs and not really able to get full nades. And here you can see the result of that is, you know, CCs and Deagles on 3 of the players. Minty and Mask the only ones with rifles, and Minty has a Galil. And Hayes with the aggressive push-in window does take down 1, and Minty Fresh probably should have connected on more, and he's traded out by Buzza, who pushes upstairs. Buzza might get another one here in Tarek, but Tarek does take him down from Boiler.
Well, you see Mask getting a nice shot there, but will get put down as she pushes out, and that's going to be PTR collecting another one in mid, as it's all down to Deca. He's got a Deagle in hand, but it's not going to be enough, as FNS will close things out here. MouseSpaz picking up the first map of this best-of-3 series. This is the upper bracket semifinals. Winner of this game goes in to face Lunatic in the winner bracket final. So again, guys, we're going to be moving into our next map here. It's going to be Dust 2. That is Tempo's choice. So MouseSpaz will